What if I told you a baby will choose love over food? That comfort, warmth, and safety aren't luxuries, but literal survival. One experiment, as heartbreaking as it is revealing, showed that emotional connection can outweigh even biological need. This is Harlow's monkey experiment. And once you understand it, you understand childhood trauma, attachment wounds, and even why some adults keep chasing love that hurts them. Hi, this is Nori and my AI twin sister Nora. Today we're diving into one of the most important and most controversial experiments in psychology, Harry Harlow's study on infant monkeys, love and attachment. This single experiment reshaped everything we know about parenting, trauma, emotional neglect, nervous system development, and the foundation of human relationships. So let's break down what happened, what Harlow actually discovered, and why these lessons still shape us today. Harlow took newborn rhesus monkeys and placed them in a room with two very different mothers. First, the wire mother, a frame of cold metal, no warmth, no softness, nothing comforting, but she offered a bottle of milk. Second, the cloth mother, covered in soft terry cloth, warm to the touch, gentle, soothing, but she provided no food at all. On paper, the choice seems obvious. A baby should cling to the mother that gives them the food they need to survive. But when the researchers stepped back and watched what these tiny babies actually did, something profound and completely unexpected happened. When Harlow observed the babies, the pattern was undeniable. They spent 0 to 1 hour a day on the wire mother, just long enough to drink, but they spent 17 to 18 hours a day clinging to the cloth mother, hugging her, seeking warmth, and regulating their tiny nervous systems. Even when they were hungry, they would run to the wire mother to eat, and then immediately rush back to the soft mother for comfort. Harlow proved a truth many of us feel in our bones. Love is a primary need, not secondary, not optional, but essential for survival. Comfort calms the body, warmth creates safety, connection shapes identity. Food fills the stomach, but love is what builds the brain. In one of the most powerful moments of the study, Harlow placed a loud, mechanical, terrifying toy into the baby monkey's enclosure. In that instant, the baby had two choices: run to the source of food or run to the source of comfort. Every single time, without hesitation, the baby sprinted to the cloth mother. And once they clung to her, something remarkable happened. Their shaking stopped, their breathing slowed, they calmed, and then holding onto her, they found the courage to explore again. Harlow revealed a universal truth. Emotional safety is what creates bravery. Attachment is what makes exploration possible. Children don't learn confidence from being pushed into independence. They learn it from being connected. Harlow also studied what happened when baby monkeys were raised in total isolation. No mother, no touch, no comfort, for months or even years. What emerged was heartbreaking. These babies showed rocking for hours, self-harm, and inability to play, severe anxiety, social withdrawal, emotional freezing, a total inability to form bonds, fear of other monkeys, and in the worst cases, catatonia. These weren't bad monkeys. They were infants deprived of the one thing every nervous system needs to grow: connection. When these isolated babies grew into adults, the damage became even more visible. They couldn't mate normally, they couldn't parent, they froze in fear during social contact. Some became aggressive and unpredictable, others shut down completely, moving through life in a state of emotional numbness. Harlow's work revealed a painful truth. Emotional neglect is more damaging than hunger, poverty, or physical discomfort. A child can survive without toys, without wealth, even without perfect stimulation. But no child, human or animal, can thrive without love, touch, and connection. When the isolated monkeys eventually became mothers, the generational impact of neglect became unmistakable. Many of them ignored their babies, rejected them, pushed them away, or even attacked them. Some dropped their infants because they didn't know how to hold them. Others froze, unable to offer even the simplest comfort. These mothers weren't cruel, they were traumatized. They had never received nurturing, so they didn't know how to give it. Harlow showed that trauma doesn't just live in one generation, it shapes the next. Harlow revealed a truth that echoes through every generation. We parent the way we were parented, unless we consciously choose to heal. Attachment patterns aren't inherited through genes. They're passed down through nervous system modeling. through how you were held, how you were soothed, how you were seen. If you grew up without emotional attunement, loving can feel confusing or overwhelming. Not because you're broken, but because no one ever taught your body what safe connection feels like. But this isn't a life sentence. It's not destiny. It's simply a starting point, and healing is fully possible. Harlow's monkeys ended up teaching us more about people than almost any human experiment ever has. 1. Emotional needs are survival needs. Touch, comfort, presence. Attunement, warmth, consistency. These aren't extras or nice-to-haves. They are the building blocks of healthy brain and nervous system development. 2. Neglect shapes the nervous system. When children grow up without emotional connection, their bodies adapt in whatever way they must. They may become anxious, avoidant, disorganized, emotionally numb, hyper-independent, desperate for love, or terrified of it. Not because they're flawed, but because their nervous system learned to survive without safety. 3. Trauma isn't just what happened, it's what was missing. Neglect is an invisible wound with very visible consequences. When a child grows up without comfort, their nervous system learns to survive without safety. 4. Relationships become reenactments. As adults, we often repeat the patterns our bodies learned in childhood. We choose emotionally unavailable partners. We shut down under stress. We cling when we're afraid. We avoid vulnerability. We confuse intensity with intimacy. These aren't random behaviors, they're adaptations. And they often trace back to one simple truth. How safe did you feel in your earliest connections? The takeaways for today. When love is regulation, healthy attachment doesn't just feel good. It literally teaches the body how to calm itself. A child learns emotional balance through a regulated caregiver. 2. Comfort creates confidence. Securely attached children explore more, take more risks, and develop stronger independence. Because they know safety is always there when they need it. 3. You can reparent your nervous system. Even if you didn't grow up with this, your body can still learn. Through therapy, safe relationships, somatic work, and attachment repair, you can slowly rewrite your blueprint from survival to connection. 4. Your childhood explains you, it does not define you. Patterns are patterns, not destiny. They show where you came from, not where you're required to go. 5. Don't mistake independence for strength. What looks like I don't need anyone is often a shield built over old attachment wounds. Avoidance is not toughness, it's protection. 6. Give your children what you needed. Presence, consistency. Warmth, eye contact, a soft voice, emotional availability. These are the ingredients of resilience, not harshness, not perfection, and not forced independence. What heals us is the safety we learn to offer and receive. Harlow's work revealed something simple and quietly revolutionary. Love is survival, not the romantic kind, but the gentle kind, the safe kind, the kind made of touch, comfort, warmth, and steady presence. We are wired for connection, and without it, we don't just suffer, we break. But healing begins the moment someone offers the emotional safety your nervous system never had. You deserved comfort, you deserved warmth, you deserved softness. And no matter where you began, it is never too late to learn what love was always meant to feel like. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Nori, and my AI twin sister, Nora, exploring attachment, trauma, and the deeper psychology behind human love. If this video brought you clarity, compassion, or helped you understand yourself a little better, please like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, which part of Harlow's experiment touched you the most? Because when you understand these early patterns, you don't just make sense of your past, you begin to gently, courageously heal it.